let's get...
I don't care, just go dump it somewhere, anywhere, just dump it before...
In the early 1960s, the casting process for the TV series McHale's Navy brought together a diverse group of talented actors, each with their unique background and audition experiences. The show's producers, Edward J. Montagne and Sidney Zelenka, were looking for a compelling ensemble to bring to life this light-hearted military comedy set during World War II. For the role of Captain Binghamton, the demanding and hilariously pompous commanding officer, the producers chose Joe Flynn. Flynn, a seasoned actor, had initially auditioned for a different part, but was deemed better suited for Captain Binghamton. His experience in comedic roles, including several Disney productions, helped him land the part. Ernest Borgnine, an accomplished and versatile actor, was cast as the laid-back and cunning McHale. Borgnine's audition showcased his natural comedic timing, and his chemistry with the other actors was undeniable. He brought warmth and charm to the character, making McHale a lovable and relatable figure. Tim Conway, a rising star at the time, joined the cast as the bumbling and endearing Ensign Parker. Conway's improvisational skills and comedic prowess, which were evident during the audition process, made him an excellent addition to the cast. Carl Ballantine, a vaudeville veteran, was chosen for the role of Lester Gruber, one of McHale's crew members. Ballantine's experience in performing magic tricks and his unique comedic style brought a distinctive flavor to the character. The casting of the female lead, Vivian, went to actress Claudine Longet. Longet, who was new to acting, displayed a charming and innocent quality during her audition that made her perfect for the role. Throughout the casting process, the producers focused on choosing actors who could not only deliver strong individual performances, but also exhibit great chemistry as an ensemble. The casting of McHale's Navy was a testament to their ability to assemble a talented and cohesive cast, creating a memorable and entertaining TV series that resonated with audiences.
We can get more gasoline.
I don't know, Skip. Those are all Japanese held.
Yeah, well, maybe we can fool him into honoring an American.
The director of McHale's Navy, Edward Montagne, brought the story to life with his unique vision and style. He was influenced by his background in theater and film, which is evident in the show's dynamic pacing and visual humor. Montagne's approach to directing was highly collaborative, working closely with the cast and crew to create a cohesive and entertaining final product. Montagne's directing style was characterized by his ability to balance comedy and drama. He created a lighthearted atmosphere on set, which allowed the actors to feel comfortable and experiment with their performances. At the same time, he maintained a firm grasp on the story's narrative, ensuring that each episode had a clear beginning, middle, and end. One of Montagne's most notable creative influences was the classic comedy duo Laurel and Hardy. He admired their impeccable timing and physical comedy, which can be seen in McHale's Navy's slapstick humor and visual gags. Additionally, Montagne drew inspiration from the classic screwball comedies of the 1930s and 1940s, which often featured witty dialogue and fast-paced action. Montagne's collaborative approach to directing extended beyond the cast and included the show's writers and crew members. He worked closely with the writers to ensure that the scripts were visually engaging and that the humor was grounded in the characters' personalities. He also collaborated with the show's production designers to create a vibrant and cohesive visual style. Montagne's direction of McHale's Navy is a testament to his creativity, versatility, and ability to bring a story to life. His unique vision and collaborative style helped to create a beloved television series that continues to entertain audiences today.
If you just listen, sir, I'm sure that I don't know what racket you and your seagoing mafia...
McHale's Navy was a popular television series that aired from 1962 to 1966. It follows the antics of a group of misfit sailors during World War II, led by their cunning and resourceful captain, McHale. The show is known for its humor, camaraderie, and exciting adventures. There are many fascinating facts about McHale's Navy that you might not know. For instance, did you know that the show was based on a real-life naval officer named Lieutenant Joseph H. McHale? Or that the character of Ensign Parker was played by a young Tim Conway, who would go on to become a legendary comedian in his own right? But that's not all. There are also many personal stories and memories associated with this beloved TV series. Perhaps you remember watching McHale's Navy with your family and laughing together at the hilarious antics of the crew. Or maybe you were inspired by the show's portrayal of friendship and loyalty in the face of adversity. Whatever your connection to McHale's Navy, we would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. And stay tuned, because there are many more funny, shocking, and even sad facts coming up about this classic TV show. So keep watching.
Girls, before you finish your inspection, Admiral, I found them.
Oh, girls again. He's worse than ever, sir. I better get him right.
McHale's Navy, a 1962 TV series, was filmed primarily on the 20th Century Fox studio lot in Los Angeles. The set design team transformed ordinary sound stages into a realistic depiction of a Pacific island and a PT boat camp. They constructed buildings, docks, and even a lagoon to create an immersive environment for the cast and crew. The show's primary location was a World War II-era PT boat. Since actual PT boats were rare and expensive to maintain, the production team built a replica of a PT-109 boat, similar to the one commanded by John F. Kennedy during the war. This replica was made from lightweight materials, such as fiberglass, to facilitate movement and filming. To capture the action on water, the production team employed innovative techniques, including the use of waterproof cameras and specialized mounts. A small camera boat followed the PT boat replica during filming, allowing for dynamic and engaging scenes on the water. However, filming on water also presented logistical challenges. Weather conditions could suddenly change, making it difficult to maintain a consistent shooting schedule. Additionally, the large cast and crew had to navigate the limited space on the PT boat replica, requiring careful planning and coordination. Despite these challenges, McHale's Navy became a beloved and enduring television series, thanks in part to the dedication and ingenuity of its production team. Their resourcefulness and commitment to quality helped create a captivating and entertaining show that continues to resonate with audiences today.
People who love each other far apart. Oh.
McHale's Navy is one of the funniest television shows from the 1960s, known for its rowdy characters and humorous antics. The series stars Ernest Borgnine as Lieutenant Commander Quinton McHale, the commander of a PT boat with the most unruly crew in the Navy. McHale, who was in the Merchant Marine before the war, doesn't let military discipline cramp his style, and his enlisted men thrive under his relaxed leadership. The crew is so mischievous that they are given their own island to minimize disruption to the rest of the Navy. Despite the best efforts of their commanding officer, Captain Binghamton, McHale and his crew always seem to be pulling off some kind of racket, leaving Binghamton with an ever-growing ulcer. Bob Hastings plays Lieutenant Carpenter, a suck-up who provides Binghamton with his only real support. Tim Conway joins the cast as Ensign Chuck Parker, who is initially taken advantage of by the crew, but eventually becomes a beloved member of their hijinks. Parker's scenes with Joe Flynn are a highlight of the series. McHale's Navy was a groundbreaking series that aired for 4 years before being canceled due to the Vietnam War, which made military service comedies less popular. Despite its cancellation, the show remains a beloved and entertaining reminder of a different era. The entire cast is wonderful, and the series is definitely worth checking out. It currently airs on Antenna TV Monday through Friday from 800 to 900 AM.
Sir Voltafiore, greetings. I come to you not only as a liberator, but
The creation of a musical score and soundtrack for a film or TV series involves a careful collaboration between composers, musicians, and the production team. In the case of the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy, the music was composed by Jerry Fielding, who was known for his work in film and television. The score for McHale's Navy was designed to complement the narrative and emotional tone of the show, which was a light-hearted comedy series set during World War II. The music needed to reflect the humor and playful spirit of the show, while also capturing the tension and drama of the military setting. To achieve this, Fielding employed a variety of musical styles and techniques. He used big band swing and jazz rhythms to capture the energy and excitement of the show's characters, while also incorporating more traditional orchestral arrangements to convey the seriousness of the military environment. The soundtrack for McHale's Navy also featured a number of popular songs from the 1940s, which were used to help establish the show's historical setting and to add an extra layer of nostalgia and familiarity for viewers. These songs were carefully selected to complement the action on screen and to enhance the overall emotional impact of the show. According to Fielding, the process of creating the musical score for McHale's Navy involved a close collaboration with the show's producers and directors. He would watch early cuts of each episode and work closely with the production team to ensure that the music was integrated seamlessly into the show's narrative and visual style. Overall, the musical score and soundtrack for McHale's Navy played an essential role in establishing the show's unique tone and atmosphere. By combining elements of jazz, swing, and classical music, Fielding was able to create a rich and varied soundscape that perfectly captured the spirit of this beloved classic TV series. Before the war, Captain Wallace B. Binghamton managed a yacht club on Long Island Sound and later became the editor of a yachting magazine. His love for yachting was evident in one episode, where he wore a San Diego Yacht Club sweatshirt. The crew of McHale, led by Lieutenant Cmdr Quinton McHale from Michigan, had an unusual way of doing laundry. They put their clothes in a barrel with holes, added laundry soap, and towed it behind their PT boat. These details, while seemingly minor, add depth to the characters and provide insights into their background and personalities. They also contribute to the show's overall charm and appeal, making it a beloved classic among audiences.
It's gone, sir. It is gone. The Frenchman's boat is gone.
Oh, thank you for the 6 o'clock news. I don't know what I'd do without.
One of the most iconic scenes in McHale's Navy is from the pilot episode, The Rookie Captain. In this scene, Captain Binghamton is trying to prove himself to his superiors by capturing a German spy who has infiltrated the PT-73 boat. However, the spy turns out to be none other than McHale in disguise. The direction in this scene is brilliant, with the tension building as Binghamton searches the boat for the spy. The performances are also top-notch, with Flynn's exaggerated frustration and Borgnine's deadpan delivery providing great comedic timing. The cinematography is straightforward, but effective in capturing the small, cramped quarters of the PT-73. According to director Edward Montagny, the scene was a deliberate choice to showcase the comedic dynamic between Borgnine and Flynn. We wanted to establish right away that Binghamton was the butt of the joke, and Ernest's character was the one who was always one step ahead, Montagny said in an interview. The impact of this scene on audiences was immediate, with the show quickly becoming a hit. The scene established the show's tone as a light-hearted, comedic take on the Navy, and the chemistry between Borgnine and Flynn became one of the show's defining features. Another iconic scene from McHale's Navy is from the episode The Kidnapper. In this scene, McHale and his crew are trying to rescue their friend, who has been kidnapped by a group of German soldiers. They hatch a plan to sneak onto the enemy ship disguised as a band, with McHale playing the saxophone. The direction in this scene is energetic and fast-paced, with the camera work capturing the excitement of the rescue mission. The performances are also strong, with Borgnine's charisma and comedic timing on full display. According to Borgnine, the scene was one of his favorites to film. I loved playing the saxophone, and it was a great opportunity to showcase the comedy of the situation, Borgnine said in an interview. We wanted to make sure the audience was having as much fun as we were. The impact of this scene on audiences was to further solidify McHale's Navy as a beloved classic of early television. The show's combination of humor, action, and camaraderie made it a hit with audiences, and the band rescue scene is still remembered as one of the show's most memorable moments.
Washington on this one. A curse on the United States Navy.
Two recurring characters on the show were the Polynesian Chief Yerlu and Big Frenchie. The character Christy, played by Eric Christian, had the real first name George. A memorable line from the series was exclaimed by Fuji Kobiaji, a Japanese character who regularly said "Oy vey." This phrase is actually Yiddish, meaning "oh whoa." It became such a catchphrase that when Fuji was absent, the crew would say it in unison.
Hey boys, but I cannot go with you.
Good enough. You just hurry up and you get it.
What do you mean you can't go?
You gotta go.
Well, I try to reach you all after.
McHale's Navy, a 1962 TV series, brought laughter into American homes during its time. The show revolved around a group of misfit sailors in the Pacific Theater during World War II, led by the charming and cunning Captain McHale. audiences connected with the camaraderie, humor, and lightheartedness portrayed in the series. Influencing pop culture, McHale's Navy popularized the concept of a crew with a unique bond and unconventional tactics. It paved the way for similar ensemble comedies, showcasing the appeal of such group dynamics. The show's memorable characters and humorous situations often appeared in various forms of media, including comic books and merchandise. Although primarily a comedy, McHale's Navy did touch upon some social themes. The series presented a diverse cast, which was somewhat groundbreaking for its time. Characters included the wisecracking African-American cook, a resourceful Japanese-American radio man, and a variety of ethnicities among the crew. This representation contributed to breaking down barriers and encouraging diversity in television. Furthermore, the show depicted the sailors as heroes, albeit unconventional ones. It emphasized their bravery, loyalty, and resourcefulness, reinforcing positive values. Additionally, McHale's Navy showcased the importance of teamwork and collaboration, underlining the idea that success often comes from a group effort. In summary, McHale's Navy made a significant impact as a lighthearted and entertaining TV series. Its influence on pop culture and contributions to social themes, such as diversity and teamwork, add depth to its legacy. Despite being a comedy set during a serious time in history, McHale's Navy managed to resonate with audiences and continue to inspire future productions.
Judge Advocate.
General, sir, I'm Lieutenant Commander McHale.
In the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy, Willy Moss, played by Joe Flynn, had a crucial role as both the radio man and sonar man. He would inform Lieutenant Cmdr Quinton McHale, portrayed by Ernest Borgnine, about approaching Japanese submarines on sonar. The sailors under McHale were seen as unconventional by Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, who often referred to them as his bunch of pirates. Among the ensemble cast, Ernest Borgnine gained significant public recognition for his title role in the series.
Wandering nitwit?
Oh, that does it. I can't go on. I can't. It's no use. No use. I haven't got what it takes.
McHale's Navy, a 1962 TV series, received mixed reviews from critics, but was generally well received by audiences. The show, which starred Ernest Borgnine as the commander of a misfit group of sailors during World War II, was praised for its humor and lighthearted take on the war genre. Critics noted that the show was not particularly innovative or groundbreaking, but it was still entertaining and well-made. In a review for the New York Times, critic Jack Good wrote that McHale's Navy was a thoroughly professional job that was lively, funny, and engaging. He praised the cast, particularly Borgnine, for their comedic timing and impeccable performances. Audiences also seemed to enjoy the show, with high ratings and positive feedback. The show was a hit for ABC, and it ran for 4 seasons and a total of 138 episodes. McHale's Navy was also nominated for a few awards during its run. In 1963, it was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Comedy Series, and Borgnine was nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Continued Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role in a Comedy Series. The show's theme song, The Ballad of McHale's Navy, was also nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Song Written for a Motion Picture, Television, or Other Visual Media. These accolades were significant for those involved in the show, as they recognized the hard work and talent that went into making McHale's Navy a success. The nominations and awards were a testament to the show's quality and its ability to entertain audiences. They also helped to solidify Borgnine's status as a talented and versatile actor, and they gave the show a level of prestige and recognition that helped it to endure in the memories of viewers.
Let's face it, guys. It looks like Binghamton's got me over a barrel this time, and I'm afraid the barrel...
In the popular 1962 TV series McHale's Navy, the recurring explosion scene of a submarine was actual footage from Operation Deadlight. The U-boat used in the scene was a Type Roman 9, originally belonging to the German Navy. This submarine, unlike real ones, did not have a main gun situated forward of the sail. Among the cast members, 5 surviving actors reunited in 27 for a special DVD feature: Ernest Borgnine, Tim Conway, Carl Ballantine, Edson Stroll, and Bob Hastings. Tim Conway passed away on May 14, 2019. One of the characters, Lester Gruber, hailed from Brooklyn, New York. His background and experiences added depth to the show's diverse cast of characters. In summary, McHale's Navy derived footage from real-world naval operations and brought together a talented cast, some of whom reunited years later to share memories of their time on the show. The series also incorporated characters from various backgrounds, contributing to its appeal and success.
Killed out there. I don't care. What's the difference? Hey, Skip, look. The sub's diving. We lived through it.
During the filming of McHale's Navy, the cast and crew faced many challenges, but they also shared some memorable experiences. One such incident involved the show's star, Ernest Borgnine. Known for his hearty appetite, Borgnine would often finish his meals quickly and then join the crew in their lunch area, much to their delight. He would regale them with stories from his past, keeping everyone entertained and fostering a sense of camaraderie on set. Another anecdote comes from the filming of the episode The Cooter. In this episode, the crew goes to great lengths to capture a rare species of turtle, the cooter, to sell it for a profit. However, they soon realize that the cooter is not as valuable as they thought, and they release it back into the wild. During the filming of this episode, the production team managed to acquire a real cooter, which became quite a hit among the cast and crew. They took turns holding and caring for the turtle between takes, and it became a beloved member of the McHale's Navy family. The show's filming location, often depicted as a tropical paradise, was actually a decommissioned naval base in California. The cast and crew had to deal with chilly winds and foggy mornings, which was a stark contrast to the sunny, warm weather depicted in the show. Despite these challenges, the cast and crew remained dedicated to their work, often wearing multiple layers of clothing beneath their costumes to stay warm. Lastly, the show's creator, Edward J. Laxo, drew inspiration from his own experiences in the Navy to create the characters and storylines for McHale's Navy. Laxo himself had served in the Pacific during World War II, and his experiences aboard a minesweeper influenced the show's setting and tone. He aimed to create a lighthearted, humorous show that would provide a much-needed escape from the realities of war for both himself and the audience. In conclusion, the making of McHale's Navy was marked by camaraderie, creativity, and a few unexpected challenges. From Ernest Borgnine's entertaining anecdotes to the crew's beloved cooter mascot, the show's production was filled with memorable moments that added to its enduring appeal. In the early episodes of McHale's Navy, the character ends. Charles Parker was referred to as Charlie by Captain Quinton McHale, while the rest of the crew called him Mr. Parker. However, McHale later began calling him Chuck. When McHale's crew attacked Japanese submarines, they would either explode on the surface after being hit by a torpedo or surface, and explode after being hit by a depth charge. Ernest Borgnine, who played McHale, had a history of service in the U.S. Navy. Before becoming an actor, he served for 10 years and left the Navy as a gunner's mate first class. In 2004, he was made an Honorary S. Navy Chief Petty Officer by Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy Terry Scott.
Did I see what I heard? He's talking about us. He says we're...
McHale's Navy, a 1962 television series, holds a significant place in film history due to its unique blend of comedy and military themes. The show followed a group of misfit sailors during World War II, showcasing their humorous antics and adventures. While it may not have been a pioneer in the traditional sense, it certainly left an imprint on the television and film industry. McHale's Navy demonstrated that war-themed content didn't always have to be serious or somber, paving the way for future productions to incorporate lighthearted elements into their narratives. The show's influence can be seen in various comedies, and even action-comedy hybrids that have emerged since its debut. One notable example is the 1997 film The Espadrilles of St. Tropez, which features a group of soldiers during World War II who were tasked with delivering a pair of espadrilles to a French general. The film combines humor and military themes in a manner reminiscent of McHale's Navy. Additionally, the 23 film The Rundown, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, bears similarities to McHale's Navy in its blend of action and comedy. The film centers around a bounty hunter who finds himself in the midst of a conflict in a South American village, showcasing a unique blend of humor and adventure. Overall, McHale's Navy may not be the most celebrated show in film history, but it undoubtedly left an impact on future filmmaking and inspired subsequent works. Its ability to combine humor with military themes provided a blueprint for future productions, opening the door for a new genre of storytelling.
With McHale and his men on the prowl, it might not be safe to leave these eggs alone.
What isn't safe? There's only one door.
Joe Flynn, known for his co-starring roles in Disney films during the 1960s and 1970s, was also famous for his portrayal of Captain Binghamton on McHale's Navy. Among the show's cast, John Wright is now the sole surviving member following the death of Yoshio Yoda on January 13, 2023. The series featured McHale, who sometimes referred to himself as Uncle Dudley when addressing his crew.
But you don't even know who it's from yet.
Doesn't make any difference. There was never anything between me and any girl.
Ernest Borgnine, known for his role in McHale's Navy, had a brief marriage to Broadway star Ethel Merman in 1964, which lasted only 32 days. The marriage reportedly became strained when Borgnine received more fan attention than Merman during their honeymoon. Borgnine went on to marry twice more, while Merman remained single after their divorce. Initially, McHale's Navy was conceived as a straightforward military action show. Interestingly, Borgnine's McHale's Navy co-star, Tim Conway, later reunited with him in SpongeBob SquarePants, appearing in separate episodes. As for Borgnine and Merman's marriage, it began on a high note, with the couple announcing their engagement at the famous New York night spot P.J. Clark's. However, things quickly turned sour during their honeymoon, with Merman left feeling overshadowed by her husband's fame. Borgnine later recalled that the marriage became hell on earth by the time they returned home. Merman, who never remarried, devoted a chapter to the marriage in her 1978 autobiography, which consisted of a single blank page. Meanwhile, McHale's Navy, which was initially envisioned as a military action show, underwent a transformation and became a popular comedy series. Borgnine and Conway's chemistry on the show was undeniable, and their later collaboration in SpongeBob SquarePants was a testament to their enduring bond.
Join a service show. What am I going to do?
What are you going to do, man? Are you island happy? Go out there and grab her. There's a big brain.
In the classic TV series, McHale's Navy, certain peculiarities existed among the characters. For instance, Lieutenant Carpenter and Ensign Parker, despite their frequent scenes together, rarely engaged in conversation with each other. Another notable fact is the real name of Happy Haynes, which was Joseph. Additionally, there were distinctions in the ranks of the crew members. Virgil, Tinker, and Christie all held the rank of first-class petty officers, while Gruber and Willy were second-class petty officers. In contrast, Happy was a seaman, the lowest rank among enlisted personnel in the Navy. These details, though seemingly minor, added depth and authenticity to the show, contributing to its enduring popularity.
In the psychiatric ward. You know, I was thinking, Skip, if Binghamton doesn't show up...
The PT boat used in the TV series McHale's Navy has an interesting history. According to Ernest Borgnine, the boat was owned by Howard Hughes and was used as a photographic chase boat during the Spruce Goose's famous solo flight. Gavin MacLeod, who played Happy Haynes on the show, developed a close friendship with Borgnine that lasted over 45 years, until Borgnine's death in 2012. Haynes was unique among McHale's crew, as he was the only one who was non-rated. The rest of the crew were first and second-class petty officers. This difference added to the dynamic of the show and made Haynes a standout character.
Yeah! McHale, what's wrong? Everything's wrong! We gotta go to New Caledonia for immediate repairs!
In the TV series McHale's Navy, the crew encountered an English-speaking woman who broadcasted propaganda for the Japanese, known as Nippon Nancy. This character was inspired by Eva Toggery, also known as Tokyo Rose during World War II. Lieutenant Cmdr Quinton McHale, the leader of the crew, often referred to his men as 8 balls or Schlockmeisters, while they called him Skipper or Skip. Additionally, McHale often referred to Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter as Carpy. The show aired in 1962, but these character dynamics and historical references remain notable.
Talk it over man to man.
With who, sir?
I will find somebody in the crew. I mean, with me. Kind of loud. Some guys have no appreciation.
The crew of McHale's Navy had a particular fondness for New Caledonia when they were stationed in the Pacific. This Liberty port offered them a chance to relax and enjoy their time off duty. In the early episodes of the series, Quartermaster George Christie Christopher's wife was referred to as Gloria. However, in a later episode, her name was changed to Ruth without any explanation. The explosions of the Japanese subs that were hit by torpedoes were often reused footage in McHale's Navy. This technique was a cost-cutting measure and did not affect the quality of the show. Overall, McHale's Navy was an entertaining yet an enjoyable series that captured the spirit of the Navy during World War II. Despite the occasional use of reused footage and name changes, the show remained a favorite among viewers.
And he hasn't got a lot of time to wait around for people who are...
Carl Ballantine is best known for playing the role of Lester Gruber in the sitcom McHale's Navy. He starred alongside Ernest Borgnine and Tim Conway, with whom he had a great relationship both on and off the set. The show's crew consisted of George Christie Christopher as the quartermaster, Harrison Tinkerbell as the motor machinist mate, Lester Gruber, and Joseph Happy Haynes as torpedoman's mates, Willy Moss as the radio man, and Virgil Edwards as the gunner's mate.
It's an official PT boat uniform.
This is how you represent motherland?
In the popular 1960s TV series McHale's Navy, the final season features the Voltafier set and the actual PT-73 boat, which can also be spotted in Adam 12 Hollywood Division and Columbo Fade Into Murder. The storyline takes an unusual turn when Lieutenant Cmdr Quinton McHale and his crew, along with Captain Wallace B. Binghamton and Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter, are transferred from the Pacific to the European Theater of Operations. However, such transfers were highly unlikely during that time period. The PT-73 prop boat's hull makes a brief appearance in the Columbo episode, visible in the background while William Shatner walks across a fictional TV studio's backlot.
We're here.
He's on the 73 boat packing, Captain.
Don't look so unhappy, boys. Can't win them all. Ta-ta.
In 1962, Ernest Borgnine joined the ranks of leading sitcom stars with his own popular show, McHale's Navy. Interestingly, Borgnine had a real-life connection to the Navy, having served in the U.S. Navy during World War II for 10 years. His naval experience provided authenticity to his role in McHale's Navy. In 2004, the U.S. Navy recognized his support by making him an honorary Chief Petty Officer. The Pacific Ocean Naval Base of Taratupa in McHale's Navy was built on Universal Studios' backlot and served as an attraction for the studio tour after the show's end. The set's longevity attests to the show's impact and popularity, contributing to the enduring appeal of television classics.
That does it, fat boy. This is going on. Does this happen often, Commander? Oh, no.
In the comedy series McHale's Navy ends, Charles Parker owns a pet frog, whose name changes from Albert to David in different episodes. The show's Admiral, Rogers, is sometimes referred to as John and other times as Bruce. The naval base where McHale and his crew are stationed is located in the Italian town of Voltafiore. In the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy, Captain Binghamton and Quartermaster Christie Christopher were the only married characters, with Christie being the only one who had a child. The show featured an unusual situation where the PT boat captain, McHale, held a staff rank, which was not common as PT boat captains were usually lieutenants or Lieutenant JGS. Interestingly, the hull section of the PT-73 from McHale's Navy appeared in an episode of Emergency, quicker than the eye. In the episode, a movie studio employee became trapped under the hull while it was being moved on the studio backlot, and the crew from Station 51 came to the rescue. Overall, McHale's Navy provided entertainment while incorporating realistic elements from the military, making it an enjoyable show for its time.
Music!
In the TV series McHale's Navy, Japanese characters were often referred to as nips, which may be considered offensive today. Willy Moss, one of the main characters, was depicted as being from Tennessee. After his discharge from the United States Navy, Ernest Borgnine, who played the lead role in the series, returned to his parents' house in Connecticut without a job or direction. Interestingly, Borgnine had served in the Navy himself before becoming an actor.
Boys, where did you South Sea schlockmeisters get a printing press? And I want the truth!
Well, you might say we sort of...
In the TV series McHale's Navy, the crew frequently used the PT-73 for water skiing. The vessel depicted as PT-73 was a 72-foot Type II Vosper MTB, a British design constructed in the US for export to Russia. The war ended before the boat, PT-694, could be sent to the Soviet Union, and it was subsequently purchased by Howard Hughes, who used it as a chase boat for his Spruce Goose aircraft. The boat was later sold to Universal Pictures, which made some alterations to make it resemble a PT boat. The real PT-73 was a 78-foot Higgins boat that ran aground and was destroyed in 1945. The phonetic flags displayed in the opening credits, C for Charlie, H for Hotel, K for Kilo, and L for Lima, form the word CHKL, or chuckle, when read in order. The series provided a humorous take on the lives of the crew members of the PT-73. While the real PT boats had different specifications and were used for military purposes. The 72-foot Vosper MTB was modified to look like a PT boat, but it did not have machine gun turrets on either side of the pilot house or a mainmast aft, as shown in the series. Despite these discrepancies, McHale's Navy remained a popular show due to its comedic portrayal of the crew's adventures.
Wait a minute, you McHale. Put that back. That tub belongs to me.
Tim Conway, known for his role on McHale's Navy, had a memorable experience at NBC in 28. While pointing to a picture, his character, Bucky Bright, identified it as a publicity photo of the McHale's Navy cast, featuring Conway himself. Conway shared that he and co-star Ernest Borgnine had an outstanding working relationship during McHale's Navy. Their camaraderie contributed to the show's success and left a lasting impression. As of now, John Wright remains the only surviving regular cast member of McHale's Navy, keeping the show's legacy alive.
Okay. Easy, Wally. Easy does it.
In the TV series McHale's Navy from 1962, the characters' uniforms displayed their ratings and ranks in a particular way. The rating patches of Virgil, Christie, and Gruber were on their right arm, while Willy and Tinker wore theirs on the left arm. Some crew members wore their rank on the left sleeve, while others wore it on the right sleeve. Interestingly, an unnamed commander of torpedo boat PT-109 was occasionally mentioned in the series. PT-109 was the boat commanded by John F. Kennedy during World War II, adding a subtle historical reference to the show. The inconsistency in the placement of ranks and ratings on the uniforms could be attributed to the chaotic and laid-back nature of the characters. However, it is still noteworthy for its attention to detail and historical context. Overall, McHale's Navy provided a unique blend of humor, action, and historical references, making it a popular show during its time and still enjoyable today.
Mr. Parker here will show you around the boat before we go out on patrol.
Oh, jolly good.
Right, Skip. Follow me this way, Cedric Old Tot.
Ernest Borgnine, known for his role in Marty, was initially hesitant when offered the lead in McHale's Navy. However, after a young boy struggled to recognize him, but easily named other TV stars, Borgnine had a change of heart and agreed to take the part. In the series, Captain Wallace B. Binghamton had an unusual allergy goldenrods. Despite his high rank, a simple flower could cause him trouble. Interestingly, Admiral Rogers' actual rank was not what viewers might have assumed. He held the rank of Rear Admiral, which is one level below Admiral. This discrepancy between his depicted and actual rank is a curious behind-the-scenes detail.
Pleasant surprise? Good afternoon, Quinton, my boy. Here's another pleasant surprise.
In the classic TV series McHale's Navy, Ernest Borgnine's character showcased his real-life Italian-speaking skills. The commanding officer, Captain Binghamton, had a middle name change from Burton to Wallace B, and his full name was later revealed as R.F. Wallace B. Binghamton. Actor Carl Ballantine frequently wore toupees throughout the series.
I surrender! There's my gun! I'm surrendering! For heaven's sakes, get my...
Carl Ballantine, known on McHale's Navy as Lester Gruber, was actually named Meyer Kessler. Ernest Borgnine, who played the lead role of McHale, was conspicuously missing in the sequel to McHale's Navy made in 1965, despite being in all 3 follow-up films to The Dirty Dozen. Theories suggest that Universal and producer Edward Montagny aimed to keep the budget low and develop Joe Flynn and Tim Conway into a starring team for theatrical movies. Borgnine quickly moved on to other projects, including the TV series' final season and the 1997 remake of McHale's Navy. During the 4th season of McHale's Navy, Borgnine played a double role as McHale's cousin Giuseppe, and Joe Flynn played both Captain Binghamton and Seaman Smoot in one episode.
Our show to his base tomorrow.
I'm afraid that's hardly practical, Miss Howard, since we're flying out to Pearl.
And the television series McHale's Navy ends. Charles Parker frequently mentioned his hometown as Chagrin Falls, Ohio, which also happened to be the real-life childhood home of actor Tim Conway. The name of the naval base where the show was set was Taratuba. Gavin MacLeod, who played Captain Binghamton in the series, was the last surviving cast member of McHale's Navy until his passing in 2021. These details add depth to the show's setting and highlight the enduring legacy of its talented cast.
Now, when he finds out about this, I still think we should have got his permission.
Ahoy there! It's your friend!
In the classic 1960s TV show McHale's Navy, the character known as Tinkerbell's real first name was Harrison. Radioman Willy Moss had a hidden talent. He served as the crew's illegal distiller, creating whiskey from various parts. At one point, he mentioned his whiskey had been aging all day. Actor Joe Flynn, who played Captain Binghamton, was actually very nearsighted and wore thick glasses. During indoor shooting, his glasses had no lenses to prevent glare from the lighting. These behind-the-scenes facts add an interesting layer to the show's narrative.
Boy, we coming in a regular gold mine. Jackpot!
In the TV series McHale's Navy from 1962, the crew uses different dog barks to impersonate President Franklin D. Roosevelt's dog, Fala. Roosevelt owned 7 dogs in total, including Fala, Meggie, Tiny, Winks, Blaze, President, and Major. The character Mario Legato, the corrupt mayor of Volta Fiore, was portrayed by Jay Novello, frequently attempting to swindle money from Captain Wallace B. Binghamton. Interestingly, Ernest Borgnine, who played the lead role in the series, considered making the Navy a career before his mother persuaded him to become an actor. He spent a decade in the Navy before pursuing his acting career.
It's a long beer. I'll be alone with the captain.
Oh, what for?
I'm a big tipper. You want my 20 or his dime?
In the 1962 TV series McHale's Navy ends. Charles Parker frequently mentioned his mother, but rarely spoke of his father. The producers of the show had Ernest Borgnine in mind for the lead role from the beginning. Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, known as Old Lead Bottom, received his nickname due to a war wound in his buttock.
All right, this way, Captain. I see you brought the wheel. He brought the wheel.
Brought the wheel.
Bring the clock.
In the popular 1960s TV series McHale's Navy, the officers, including McHale, never wore garrison caps, even though they were common at the time. Initially, only Ernest Borgnine appeared in the opening credits, but from the second season, Tim Conway and Joe Flynn were also included. Despite all officers wearing dress khakis, they never donned any ribbons except for General Bronson and Colonel Douglas Harrigan when they were in Italy. This lack of military decorations on the officers' uniforms is noteworthy. Tim Conway gained public recognition for his portrayal of Ensign Charles Parker in McHale's Navy. Actor Gavin MacLeod, who played Joseph Haynes, left the show in 1964 due to his struggle with alcoholism and to work on the Sand Pebbles. Ernest Borgnine, who played the lead role of Captain Binghamton, was already 45 years old when the series began. MacLeod's departure was also encouraged by his family and best friend, Robert Blake, as he sought help at an alcohol clinic during that time.
Still don't think it's fair to keep him on restriction for so long.
Oh, you don't, huh? What was that?
In the classic TV series McHale's Navy, several episodes featured characters Tinker and Mr. Parker disguising themselves as women as part of McHale's elaborate plans. The show star, Ernest Borgnine, played a less Navy officer commanding a PT boat, which was fitting since he had served in the Navy himself. In reality, Borgnine was a gunner's mate on the USS Life, a small patrol vessel armed with guns and depth charges during World War II.
Hey, Marco! He's the one! He's him! Hey, Luigi, I thought...
In the third season of McHale's Navy, a tragic event occurred when actor Tim Conway's son, Timothy Conway Jr., drowned on the set. The young boy was only 5 years old and accidentally fell into the prop tanker used for filming. This heartbreaking incident brought a somber mood to the production, and the show paid tribute to the young Conway by dedicating an episode to him. The accident remains a tragic memory in the history of McHale's Navy and serves as a reminder of the dangers that can occur on film sets. If McHale's Navy brought back memories or influenced your perspective on cinema, we'd love to hear from you. Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's engage in meaningful conversations and reminisce about this classic 1962 TV series. Don't forget to show your support by liking and sharing this post. If you enjoy delving into the history of cinema, consider subscribing for more content. Together, let's celebrate the movies and shows that have left a lasting impact on us. Your stories and memories are valuable, so please contribute and help us create a vibrant and nostalgic conversation.
I'll do my darndest to keep him under control, sir. Under control? Yes, sir. You betcha.